For the first exercise, we're going to do standing TKEs with the TheraBand. You're going to take the TheraBand and wrap it around the end of a table leg, and then the other end is wrapped right under the patient's knee. So for this exercise, the patient is going to have their knee bent at about 30 degrees, and then they're going to drive their knee into the TheraBand. For this exercise, you're going to do 3 sets of 10 and 3 times a week, no more. No more than 3 times a week. So for the next exercise, what we're going to do is mini squats. We're going to have the patient stand feet shoulder width apart, arms at their side, and what they're going to do is they're going to go down into flexion only to about 40 degrees and then come straight back up. Main thing is you want to have your abs contracted, your head straight, and your back straight. For this exercise, you're going to do 3 sets of 10, no more than 3 days a week for strengthening. So for this exercise, what we're going to do is wall slides. So for the wall slides, what we're going to have to do is have the patient lay on the table and have their knees parallel to the wall at a 90-degree angle. To increase knee extension, we're going to have the patient drive their right leg right up the wall in a slow, steady, controlled position. Then, to bring it back to help flexion, drive it right back down at 90 degrees for flexion. If the patient or athlete does have a problem with either position, you can use the other foot and guide it into the upward position for extension, and then slowly guide it back down into knee flexion. For strengthening, we added the weights, and you can do that 3 days a week, no more than 3 days a week. Reps and sets would be at least for 30 seconds, and then to increase range of motion, you would just remove the weight. The first exercise for an athlete with an increased lordotic curve would be Williams flexion. For this exercise, what you're going to have the patient do is bring their knees towards their chest at a 90-degree angle, have the patient reach their hands over their knees, and then have them do a modified sit-up as far as they can. You're going to hold that for 30 seconds and return back to neutral. The next phase is to have the patient put their hands over top of their chest and do a modified posterior and anterior pelvic tilt. The next step is to perform a single leg to chest, so grab one knee and bring it to your chest, hold it for 30 seconds, return to neutral. Then you're going to do a double knee to chest, so grab both knees and return to neutral, holding that for 30 seconds. For each step done in Williams flexion exercise, you're going to hold for 30 seconds, and this helps to improve the overall goal of range of motion. The next exercise will be bridges. You're going to have the athlete lay there on the table with their knees bent, and then you're going to have them lift their hips up off the table as high as they can. Arms straight down to their side. The purpose of this is to relieve the pressure off the lumbar disc and then slowly come back down. Doing this exercise, you're going to have the patient hold at the upward position for 30 seconds and come back down. This exercise can be performed every day, holding for 30 seconds. So for the last lumbar stabilization exercise, you're going to have the patient do a bridge using a medicine ball. You're going to have the patient roll the ball out so their legs are straight, put their hands at their side, and perform a bridge and lift their hips up. Hold that for 30 seconds, come back down. The purpose of the bridge is to relieve the pressure off the disc and overall have increased range of motion.